to yours. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
On your side, this is News 12 First at 5.
We all saw the video, a man snatching his dog out of the jaws of a gator. Now this lucky pup is getting a promotion.
Plus, while some of these nests are empty this year because of COVID, Richmond County is looking at new ways to make sure students succeed.
But first at 5, big news for the Augusta Green Jackets. The minor leagues were shuffled up, and the Green Jackets have a new major league partner. Sports Director Mike Iacochonis live with us in the studio with this big news. Mike.
Richard, it's a move that I think a lot of people are going to like and fall in love with. The Augusta Green Jackets will no longer be part of the San Francisco Giants organization. They'll soon join the Braves. The Green Jackets would join the Gwinnett Stripers, Missouri, and Rome Braves as the low-A team in the Braves organization once the contract is formally signed. With plenty of Atlanta fans in this area, Green Jackets general manager Tom Denlinger thinks this is the perfect match.
Having the hometown team, the major league affiliate as the Braves, is pretty exciting. I mean, we've our phone's been ringing off the hook. You can kind of tell the excitement in the community, and for us, obviously, it's an opportunity as we go through the process to have the high prospects for the Braves come. We just can't wait.
Part of that process that Denlinger was talking about includes just a few signatures to make things legally official, but SRP Park and the Green Jackets are just about to become the home of the Braves' future. Best sports news of 2020 in my eyes, Richard.
Yeah, by far. Local fans are going to love that, Mike. Thank you. New this afternoon, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding a missing 14-year-old. They say Kamea Green was last seen in the 29th of last month at a home on Piedmont Street in Augusta. She's known to hang out on Ellis Street in the East Boundary area apartments. They say she could be with several other runaways from those areas.
A man in Augusta has been missing for 2 years now, and officials are asking for your help finding him. The Sheriff's Office says 32-year-old Tyrone Hughes has not been heard from since December of 2018. We're told he was living house to house at the time and was known to hang around the Bonnier apartments as well as the 1700 block of Greenway Drive. You're asked to call the number there on your screen if you have any information.
Time now for a quick check of the weather as we give you a live look at Wheeler Road. Beautiful afternoon out there, Riley, and it did warm up from this morning.
It definitely did, Richard, and today we were about 10 degrees warmer than where we saw these high temperatures yesterday, so it was feeling fantastic out there for us. We got up to around 63, 64 for us here in Augusta. We're currently at 60 in Evans and Augusta currently. Aiken, you're not far behind at 58. There were a few spots that struggled to make it out of the upper 50s today, but here in Augusta, it really felt like a beautiful December afternoon for us. How about this look over I-20, courtesy of EarthCam? Look at that sun setting there over the Savannah River. A beautiful shot. It is going to be a beautiful evening as well. Not going to be as cold for us. We are expecting temperatures tonight to stay above freezing. So this evening, if you're stepping out around 7, 8 o'clock, those temperatures should be generally around 50 for us. We have another opportunity to actually see the space station tonight. We'll let you know how you can see it coming up in that full forecast.
Riley, thanks. Richmond County Schools taking action after some concerns over failing grades during this pandemic. Just last night, they were talking about some ways to approach the second semester.
They're considering ways to keep class size small and opportunities for review and for tutoring. Nick Proto learned more about why engagement is so low and how schools are planning to address it.
One of the biggest issues the Richmond County School Board discussed last night was student engagement, or rather lack of engagement. Students are split about 50-50 on virtual versus in-person learning, but the grades they've received in that first quarter were far from an even split. Students who learned in person during the first quarter made up more than 4,600 of the failing grades in the district. But students who learned virtually during that time nearly quadrupled that, accounting for more than 16,000 failing grades. Keep in mind, that's not the number of students who failed the quarter, but the number of failing grades teachers recorded. Officials say disengaged students is a problem going on across the country. The district is looking at compassion over compliance given the state of the pandemic, so they won't discipline students who aren't logging on every day. Instead, they're working with students and families to try to come up with a way to put those students in the best position to succeed.
The students who are engaged perform better, they master the content, they get what they need from their teachers, we're able to better support them if they have other needs for wraparound services as well.
Now the district is tasked with bringing those disengaged students back so they can have more success. We'll talk about their plan coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Also today, South Carolina's governor and his team laying out their plans this afternoon for the COVID vaccine. The state saw another day of near record-setting numbers. 2,100 new cases in South Carolina in the last 24 hours. Same story in Georgia, where there are now 456,000 confirmed cases. Each state has seen double the number of daily cases in the last week as they have in the months before the spike. South Carolina, like Georgia, will get about 200,000 to 300,000 doses for this first round of the vaccine. And like Georgia, those will go to healthcare workers and first responders. The vaccine will not be available to everyone for several more months. Dr. Linda Bell with DHEC says cases are rising, and we have to take that seriously.
And this public health is not about politics. The virus doesn't do its harm or doesn't spare people based on your political beliefs. We have to follow the scientific evidence in making decisions about what we're going to do.
In South Carolina right now, Dr. Bell says 20% of the people tested test positive. That means there are many more going undiagnosed. Dr. Bell and the governor say they know we're tired, but wearing a mask and social distancing is still essential. The South Carolina Supreme Court rejecting Governor McMaster's private school pandemic plan for a second time. Back in October, the court ruled against the use of $32 million in CARES Act money. He wanted the money to be used to help with tuition for private schools. The Supreme Court granted McMaster's petition to reconsider that October ruling, and their new opinion today is similar to the last one.
At AU health officials say it is highly likely health personnel and those in long-term care in Augusta will get Pfizer's COVID vaccine next week. The Moderna vaccine is likely to be administered by Christmas week.
The vaccine has hit home for former South Carolina Governor and UN Ambassador Nikki Haley. On Twitter, Haley is remembering her sister-in-law, Rhonda Lee Nelson, who passed away from COVID-19 the day before Thanksgiving. She says she ministered many inside and outside the church, and she loved God, her family, and all who knew her. She will be missed. Nelson's obituary says she's survived by her husband of 33 years and their 3 children.
High-speed internet is on the way to almost 110,000 homes and businesses across South Carolina. Senator Lindsey Graham announcing today the FCC is giving $121 million of federal funding to expand rural broadband access. Graham says this is very good news for South Carolina. While it doesn't solve the problem completely, it is another positive step in the right direction.
Georgia's runoff election is less than a month away, and a new app
starts at 2 o'clock, and we'll bring you coverage right here on News 12 and NBC 26.
The search is still on this evening for a suspect after a high-speed chase in Aiken County. Officials say the driver failed to stop for officers who chased the car all the way from I-20 along Columbia Highway North to the area of Crossland Park near Aiken. The suspect then ditched the vehicle and started running sometime around 11 this morning. The Aiken County Sheriff's Office, Aiken Department of Public Safety are now working to find them.
A second suspect is in custody now for an armed robbery that happened in Grovetown last Friday. Edgar Perez was arrested yesterday, and over the weekend, police also arrested 18-year-old Christopher Garcia. Deputies say Garcia went into La Guadalajara on Harlem. It's a store on Grovetown Road with a handgun demanding money. They haven't said what role Perez had in the robbery.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo speaking at Georgia Tech today. The talk was all about China, a country he considers a threat and blames for the coronavirus pandemic. Pompeo says MIT declined to have him at their campus for the same talk because the university's president said his arguments might be insulting to Chinese students and Chinese professors there. Pompeo says his talk is meant to protect their freedoms. Downtown Augusta looking bright for the holidays, and this year they're getting some help from Netflix. A Netflix spokesperson says they wanted to help spread some joy during what has been a rough year. The question, though, why Augusta?
Well, they say they reached out to towns across the U.S., and Augusta responded with interest. Augusta is one of 6 cities getting these decorations. They're up on 8th and Broad, and will be there through the first week in January. But excited to see those all lit up tonight. We'll show you what they look like.
Looks like it's in the median there.
Yeah.
Sort of between the streets.
Yeah, we'll show you what they look like at 11 o'clock.
Looking forward to that.
Picture out.
Okay, down in Pembroke, their Christmas tree caught fire. It's the one downtown, putting a bit of a damper on the holiday spirit. An officer spotted the fire. The department put it out quickly, so it really didn't spread to any buildings. They believe the skirting around the tree caught fire from the lights. On the bright side, a learning experience and a reminder to all of us to keep those trees watered, make sure all the sockets have bulbs, and keep any fabric away. Don't overload those outlets, even though it is a temptation.
Fort Gordon hosting their Christmas tree lighting this Friday. Starts at 5 at the Barton Field Outdoor Theater, and you can check out the live stream of that event on their Facebook page. After the ceremony, Santa and Mrs. Claus will ride on a fire truck through neighborhoods on post to wish those families a happy holiday. The Christmas festival is canceled this year because of the pandemic.
Remember this wild video out of Florida? A 4-month-old puppy pulled from the jaws of a gator by his owner? Well, he's becoming a deputy dog with the Lee County Sheriff's Office.
And we will tell you more coming up.
You can also learn a lot about 2020 by looking at what we search for on Google. We're going to look at the top searches and what they say about a crazy year.
And this morning was one of the coldest starts of the week. We got down to 23 degrees this morning in Graniteville. Take a look at some warmer weather on the horizon coming up.
This is Jim Hudson Acura for attractive offers on the RDX.
Okay, let's talk about the Florida puppy pulled from the mouth of a gator. He's becoming a deputy dog with the Lee County Sheriff's Office.
They're acknowledging his bravery, making him part of the deputy dog team, and his new title is detective. He and his owners will help the Lee County Sheriff's Office teach kids about safety, school bus safety, water safety, alligator safety. So, yeah, I'm sure he's going to pass along not to stand too close to the edge of a pond.
He's really a cutie. I'm glad he's
So
still with us. Glad he's still with us. Well, if you want to know the quickest way to find out what people are really thinking, check out their Google searches.
You might not like what you see, but you've been warned. And Google released their most searched people, phrases, and trends of 2020. And while there were some usual suspects, as Nancy Chen reports, you'll be surprised at some of the others.
With trillions of searches each year, Google knows what's on everyone's mind.
Why was searched more than ever?
2020's top trending searches reveal both the obvious
election results and coronavirus.
And the unexpected.
Why were chainsaws invented?
In this pandemic year, many Americans in lockdown encountered new challenges. Molly Vandenberg is Google's trends expert.
You have how to cut men's hair at home, how to color your hair at home, and also how to wash your hands. Also, where to buy toilet paper, where to buy face masks.
Virtual field trips provided families with much-needed escapes. And sourdough's popularity rose to new heights.
I've found myself falling in love with sourdough. Actually, I have nothing to do.
And in case you forgot, 2020 actually began before the pandemic.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that.
Shakira was the top trending musical artist, thanks to her headlining halftime show at the Super Bowl.
Crash into the wall!
And race car driver Ryan Newman topped the athletes list after his horrific crash at the Daytona 500.
He went on to talk about what the accident meant to him and how he was going to react as a result. People continued to be interested in him as a topic.
The top 3 how to help search trends were for Australia fires, Black Lives Matter, and the coronavirus.
There's so much empathy and a lot of good in the world, and people are looking for ways to help.
Offering some inspiration for what we might Google in the new year. Nancy Chen, CBS News, New York.
And I'm guessing chainsaws were invented because people were tired of cutting wood.
Yeah, by hand. That's my guess. But you know what? Any thought that comes into your head, you can Google and see what Google's got.
What did we do before Google?
I don't know. I really don't. Okay, taking a look out at Wheeler Road. A good bit of traffic out there this afternoon. What's the weather like, Riley?
Weather's beautiful out there. We saw a fantastic day today. We still have temperatures near 60 degrees, so we're about 10 degrees warmer than where we were this time yesterday. We still have dry air in place, but not as dry as what we've been. So tonight, actually are anticipating to stay above freezing. But we are expecting clear skies through this evening and just a few minutes away from sunset. Beautiful shot there looking out at Grovetown. Here's a look at our current temperatures across the area. We're at 57 in Aiken, 59 in Thompson. Louisville coming in at 63, one of the warmer spots out there here just before 6 o'clock. Keep your eye on the sky tonight. We got another great opportunity to check out the International Space Station. This one is going to happen a little bit earlier than the one last night. This one starts just about 28 minutes after sunset, 5:48 p.m. This one's going to last a decent while, last 6 minutes, but this max height is not quite as high as the one last night, but should still be visible for most of us. Should be pretty fun if you want to check that out tonight. And tonight is going to be cold, just not quite as cold as what we've been. We should stay above freezing across most of the area. Generally 37, 38, 36 across most of the CSRA. We could see some of our northern counties get close to freezing. I would say Saluda, you have the best chance to possibly get to 32 briefly tomorrow. But high temperatures tomorrow are going to continue trend, a little bit warmer for us, actually getting back above average. 60s for us here in Augusta. A few spots could stay in the mid-60s, Johnson, Edgefield, Saluda, Aiken, but very comfortable afternoon again on Thursday. And we're going to continue that beautiful weather Friday into Saturday. Rain chances are going to be very low until we get to around Saturday night into Sunday. That's going to be our next system heading our way. So if you have to plan anything outside for the weekend, Saturday is looking like your better of the 2 days, but Sunday, at least during the day, doesn't look like a complete washout. Most of our highest rain chances for the weekend are going to be Saturday night to Sunday morning, and then we could see another wave Sunday night into Monday morning. So this is the European model, and this is more aggressive on the rain chances than, say, the American model, which is showing a different outcome as we head into Sunday night. But we'll show you this. Pretty good consensus between both models that we'll see some rain after sunset Saturday into around daybreak Sunday morning, with actually potentially clearing into Sunday afternoon. So Sunday afternoon doesn't look too bad. But the European model is one of the outliers that actually shows the system coming out of the Gulf of Mexico and bringing us some heavy rain Sunday night and then into around mid-morning Monday. So there is going to be that possibility, if the European does verify, we could see some of that rain linger into Monday morning. Now, other models not going as aggressive with that rainfall. So we're keeping it low. We're going to monitor that situation over the next few days. But, hey, get outside and enjoy some 70s over the next few afternoons.
After a home goes up in flames right before the holidays, the community stepped up in a big way. Neighbors helping neighbors. Next.
Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It is tough to imagine right around the holidays losing everything you own in a fire.
But Kate Radich tells us how one community came together for this family.
Hey, I'm sorry because you got me over here tearing up.
Lillian Taylor had only the clothes on her back after she, her kids, and grandkids rushed out of their home Sunday afternoon when a fire that started in the garage quickly spread.
Even though I watched everything of mine go up in flames, I feel blessed that everybody got out, even our dog Trixie.
Now they're staying at a hotel. Taylor had just started a new job after months without work. Her family did not have insurance.
It's still so surreal to me because even as I stood there and watching all my things burn, I just couldn't believe it.
But a woman they never met until Sunday's tragedy is stepping up to help.
When you see the need, and your heart goes out to them.
Pastor Deb Marzon is a reserve officer and chaplain for the police and fire departments. Deb put out a call to the community, and people responded by dropping off clothes, food, and car seats at Crossroads Church. Lakeville police helped find the family a hotel for a temporary place to stay.
It's just amazing to see like I said, the outpouring of love and support for family, and that's so needed. Family of this size, they have nothing.
Strangers helping a family in need when so many are already struggling this year.
I'm taken back with the love that I've been receiving. It was so unexpected. You think you're alone and you're not alone. It's overwhelming.
Such a good message right now when we really need it.
Yeah, there are a lot of good people out there. Coming up here on News 12 at 6 o'clock, a similar story for an Augusta family of 10. Now the community is stepping up in a big way.
Well, we just watched the sun dip below the horizon. We'll take a look at your evening forecast just after the break.
I approve this message.
Happy holidays from the News 1226 family to yours.
Fantastic sunset out there this evening. Taking a look out of our Grovetown cam, you can see it just dipping below the horizon. A beautiful skyline tonight. We are expecting a chilly evening, just not quite as cold as what we've been. Most of us are expected to stay well above freezing all the way into tomorrow morning. Temps generally around 50, right around 7, 8 o'clock, and then we should see these bottom out, most likely into the mid to upper 30s by tomorrow morning. 37 is what I'm going with out at Bushfield. That should be one of the cooler places. There could be a number of us that actually stay warmer than that. Tomorrow afternoon, we're expecting an even warmer day again, getting close to 70 tomorrow afternoon. Should stay just shy of that 70 mark, but we'll get close. Light variable winds tomorrow with plenty of sunshine continuing. If you you got to do anything outside, chore-wise, not looking too bad for you tomorrow. Those winds are going to be very light and just kind of swirling throughout the day, not too breezy whatsoever. Mostly sunny again tomorrow, so hopefully you can get outside and enjoy some of that fantastic weather we're expecting over the next few days. We are expecting nice conditions at least through Saturday afternoon. We're expecting clouds to be pretty much non-existent in the next couple of days, but showing up by Saturday as our next system heads our way. Rain does look likely Saturday night into Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon, not looking too bad before some more rain potentially by Sunday night. And then heading into next week, not looking like we'll see too much in the way of 70s.
Ronnie, thanks. Dealing with mental health is hard enough, and a lack of resources makes it even harder, but some affordable help is here. They just cut the ribbon. That story and more when First at 5 continues in 3 minutes.